Welcome to Level Check Roblox. Today we're diving into Murder Mystery 2 from the parent's point of view to answer one question. Is this game safe for your child? You can use the timestamps below to find exactly what you need, but we're going to go through the different elements of the game, things you need to be aware of, and then round it off with the Level Checks risk review. It would be cool if you could hit the like button to help other parents find this kind of content, but for right now, let's dive straight into the review. Starting off with the game details page on the Roblox homepage. So Murder Mystery 2, when I looked at this, was in the top trending spot with over 250k active players, 90% like rating. It's a very popular game, and I know that this one has been around for a while. Now, the maturity label is moderate, meaning it is available for all children 9 and up who have got the new Roblox Select account, where it would have been migrated from the previous age-based ones. There isn't a lot here in terms of a trailer. There's a couple of screenshots here, but it tells you here that basically, can you solve the mystery and survive each round? Basically, this game is like a murder mystery. There is one person who is a murderer, one person who is a sheriff who has to try to find that murderer, and then the others are all innocents. But you can see it is immensely popular, over 26 billion visits. We've got survival was the genre, and the latest game update is the 30th of April. So that's the one that we're going to be testing today, 30th of April 2026. Of course, voice chat is supported, so just make sure that that's suitable for the age of your child. And we're going to get into the game now and have a look at the first area, which is going to be the lobby. Okay, so off the bat, the things that I'm looking for here are aggressive advertising, misleading adverts, or basically anything that is inappropriate or trying to take your child's money. What I am pleased to say, though, with this game, and I think this is a testament to the fact it's been around for such a while, is that there are only really two adverts in the main lobby. They are things that you can buy, and they are clearly labelled as such. So over here, you can see we've got this Elite Pack, and that very clearly shows you what you're getting. And on the opposite side, we've got this Boombox, and again, that just tells you that you can play music, but it's very clear that you need to click this button to buy it, so I have no problems with that. All of the other things that you can purchase are hidden within this shop tab, so I have no problems there either. Then you have options for spectate and inventory, and then you've got, like, obviously up in the top corner, you've got your usual chat functions. So all in all, no problems with the lobby, so let's move through into the actual game itself. What do you have to do, and how do you play it? So Murder Mystery is split into a round-based system. You start off in the lobby, you get teleported to the game, then you get assigned a role, either as an innocent, a sheriff, or a murderer. Innocents, your job is to stay alive, collect some coins, which is the in-game currency, and try to avoid the murder at all costs. Sheriffs, their job is to use the gun that they can equip to chase down the murderer and shoot them, whereas the murderer's role is very simple, that they have a knife and their job is to eliminate the innocents. Again, wouldn't normally be worried about this theme given the age of the game and the appropriate settings there. So let's dive into the level check risk review then. Remember, 0 stars is minimal, 5 stars is the maximum, but we're going to kick things off with violence. So look, let's take away the thematic issue here that it is a murder mystery game, so there is going to be a little bit of violence, but I think that is covered in the fact that they've given this a moderate rating on the label of the game. I mean, I've given this a very low 1.5 star rating because, okay, yes, there is that element of violence each round, but it is a very minimal, and certainly if you are the subject of that violence, you don't even see what's happening and it just flashes to a black screen. So as far as I'm concerned, the violence in this is minimal, it's all well labelled, so there aren't really any major red flags or concerns here for me. So moving on then, psychological and emotional. The things I'm looking for in this category are things that are going to genuinely scare your child, potentially give them nightmares, and some games can be absolutely terrifying. This, however, is not one of them. In terms of psychological rating, I've given this a very low rating. The reason why is because beyond the inevitable element where you are being hunted by the person playing the role of the murderer, there is nothing here that's going to make you particularly scared. There's no jump scares, there's nothing out there to deliberately cause fear and anxiety, so I don't really think there's much here to worry about. Okay, so lastly, we are looking at financial, and here I'm looking at things that are either aggressive advertising, things that are going to mislead your child, basically anything that they can spend their Robux on to assess whether or not it is fair for the age group it's assigned. In the lobby, I think there are two very clear purchases. You have to click the purchase button to even get the prompt up for spending Robux, so I have no problems with them. The shop, however, is the slight red flag area for me, and that's only because of the nature of the things that you can buy. So I know that there has been a lot of media hype about things like lucky boxes or gamble boxes, and that is ultimately what the shop is all about. So firstly, let's start off with the currency. So in the actual rounds itself, you can get golden coins which you can use for buying cosmetic items or special powers in the game. Aside from that, you have to use diamonds. As far as I've seen, you can only get diamonds either from special events throughout the year or if you purchase them with Robux. Again, though, the diamonds are very clearly labeled as to what they would cost you in terms of Robux. Now, there are very clear mystery boxes here that you can buy, and it gives you an idea of what you can get from those mystery boxes and the percentage chance of you getting them in terms of rarity. But it is still a gamble, and I know there's been a lot of media stuff about this recently about making kids gamble and buy mystery boxes, which then can breed addiction. So, really, I guess that's one of the bigger flags to make you aware of as a parent. The other thing, though, is that there are these superpowers that you can buy, and clearly, if you own them, you are going to have an advantage over the other players. Now, the thing for me is that, firstly, they are not cheap. So, if you are just grinding coins, you're going to be having to put a lot of time into the game to even get them. But for me, this kind of acts a bit like a pay to win system because obviously, if you spend your Robux, you get them and you instantly have an advantage. So, look, all in all, Murder Mystery, I think, is appropriately rated at a moderate rating for your 9 and up child. Obviously, the nature of it is what it is, but I genuinely don't think there's many problems with this game at all beyond just that whether or not you're happy with your child potentially buying mystery boxes and using real world or Robux currency to do that. The game is quite repetitive, but you know what you are getting. It doesn't change, and even voting for maps is part of the game. You don't have to pay anything to do that. So, genuinely, I think this game is relatively safe for most 9-year-olds. Remember, no one knows your child better than you do, so ultimately, it's your call about whether or not you think this game is appropriate. All of my reviews are completely independent, they're not endorsed by Roblox or any of the game developers, so you know that what you're getting from me is a genuine, unbiased view of how I see the game from a parent's perspective. I hope this video has been useful to you. If it has, please do like the video to help other people find it and subscribe to Level Check Roblox for game reviews from the parent's view, which is something that I produce all the time. Thanks so much for watching.